Whenever you do this, you want to add a little lube to the shaft, because a shaft going into a hole without lube, it's just not good. It's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not a good time. Also, it helps it bend a little bit easier. Let's see what happens. Check it out. Dimple dye. Fun fact, paper is flammable.
Well, obviously.
I think you're doing the body man thing where you're fixing a little bit.
Okay.
That did sound kind of stupid when I said it out loud. We are back on the beautiful V8 Honda CRX, and we are going to get this baby girl in her final prime in this video. Very, very excited. I want to see it in primer, and I want to get it back on its wheels. The old thing hasn't been on the ground outside of this shop in God knows how long. So that is a plan. Got a little bit more block sanding to do. The hood needs a little bit more work before we're completely done, and that's what I'm going to focus on right now. The old man's going to come out, do body work tomorrow, because I lured him down here by getting the 68 Cutlass pretty damn close for prime, ready for body work. He wants to come work on this. While he's here, he's going to work on that. I should have brought this thing in months ago. This would already be painted. But hey, sometimes you got to trick your loved ones. What I need to do before we do anything is I have to weld some supports right across here, like a little 90-degree bracket. We bent the living hell out of this, and now our gaps are really, really good. This one still needs a little bit of love, but they were way off before, and we couldn't figure it out. In the hood, whenever I welded it, everything just kind of tweaked a little bit. We also got some cracking in here because this basically has a new radius on it from where it was before. So before we cut out all that and add new fiberglass, I need to weld some stuff in there so that it's strong. It won't move around on us anymore, because the last thing you want to do whenever you're trying to get your gaps right is start adjusting something and have the hood itself flex instead of your adjustment, if that makes any sense at all. Probably doesn't. I'm rambling. So yeah, I don't want to do it where it's at, so we should probably take it off. And it's not the funnest job to do with one person, but I work in the middle of the night usually, so it is what it is. Let's do it. I had a brain fart. If I pull the hood off and weld the brackets in, or my braces in, it could throw it off, because right now the hood hinges and everything is holding it in place. So I'm going to get these tacked in first, then take the hood off. I made some patented cardboard aided design, CAD design. That should work. I'm going to drill some holes in it because I want to make it pretty. Basically just waste more time. But yeah, let's cut some shit. All right, doing a dimple dye on a tiny little bracket, which is kind of dumb because you can really just ruin the whole piece. A dimple dye is like a reinforced thing. It looks awesome, but with a piece this small, you can really just wrinkle it up into a ball and have to start all over, which would suck. But the good news is if that happens, I'll be able to cry on camera and you guys can laugh at me. So that's always a good time. Also, you're supposed to do this with a hydraulic press. I don't have a press, but I do have a bench vise. You want to make sure, whenever you do this, you want to add a little lube to the shaft, because a shaft going into a hole without lube, it's just not good. It's not fun, it's not sexy, it's not a good time. Also, it helps it bend a little bit easier. Let's see what happens. Oh, please don't ruin my piece. Please don't. Oh, God, it's bending bad. It should bend back, hopefully. Are you bending back? You're kind of bending back. Okay. Ooh, I think it worked. Oh, this works so much better when you have a freaking press. But I got a bench vise. Ho, 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 ho. Check it out. Dimple dye. I love them. I want to drill a couple smaller holes. I don't think I have any smaller dimple dyes than this, though, but I'm going to go double check. I might have a 1/2 inch or a 3/8. This one's 3/4, I think. Yeah. Either way, a couple little holes there would look bitchin', but that is awesome. All right, let's keep going. Sweet! It didn't break. We didn't ruin it. Yay. Baby. All right, let's finally go weld these bad boys in and then pull the hood off and weld some more. Yay! Fun fact, paper is flammable. Oh, God. Oh, it's just a tack weld. Oh. Okay. I'll wake you up. Oh, God. Okay. Perfect. Oh, God, that should be good enough to get it off and weld it. Damn! Oh, shit. Got a little bit more welding to do, but I tied in some stuff that made it really strong. I want to clean up the underside of this. I don't need to tie in the old underside to this because I want this to have a little bit of flex in it. If you weld this solid to the hood just becomes rigid, and that's not great with hoods. You kind of want them to have a little bit of, a little bit of flex in them. I learned that the hard way several times. If they don't have flex, they will just break and crack and have all kinds of issues. So I don't want to tie this in, but I do want to clean it up because it looks kind of shitty. I don't know how I'm going to do that just yet. I am going to weld a bracket from here to there to tie that in a little bit because my sides are already welded solid. So the sides are already super solid. I just want to kind of keep this not necessarily as open as it is, but we don't need to get anything super strong across here because it'll just mess it up. I said all that to say I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to cut some shit and figure it out as we go. So, yeah, let's cut up our hood. Okay. Woo! Hood is cleaned up, looking 10 times better and 10 times stronger. Let's put it back up there. Check it out. Our gaps are still good. I had to loosen up my hinge. My head needs to move over a little bit. Gaps are still good. She's actually strong as hell. And this is something you wouldn't know because it's a video, but when I would pick up one corner, it would want to twist. Now when I pick up one corner, the whole hood comes up. Oh, yes. I don't have my bumpers in right now, so it's a little too low. We still got to do some tweaking right there. That's a little too wide. But I think that's wide body / metal parts trying to play together, and they don't like to play. But sweet. There's one more thing that needs fixed, and that's this gap right here. I don't know if this bumper was supposed to have a little grill there, or maybe there's a different hood to bumper situation. I don't know. I was going to weld the hood down, but I think it's going to be better to actually build the bumper up where this should be. The only thing is I got to build it out of fiberglass, which sucks. But I think that would be the better way to do it. Have it come up and match there. Or shave it down and run a little tiny grill. I don't know if I want to do that very badly. I could technically shave it down and then put something there. I don't know. I need to look it up. Maybe there's a weird model that I'm not familiar with that has a tiny grill. I don't think there is, but that's about the only thing that I don't want to paint because, I'm going to have to do either fiberglass work or metal work. Originally, I was going to weld the hood, but I don't think that's going to be the way to go. But I need those bumpers in, and then it would be sitting perfect. But yeah, there's the gap. So we got to do something with that. That shouldn't affect our final prime, but I probably should do it before the old man final primes it. So I don't know. We might do that tomorrow. I don't know. Sweet. Oh, it took a whole day. Stupid shit. This is just dumb shit you do when you're overbuilding a car, but it is what it is. She's my baby. Now, when you pop the hood, it's not super ugly. I kind of want to put a Caseyscustoms brace across there, but I don't think I have the room for anything. V8 in a tiny car shit. So I don't know. Or, I guess technically we could do like a decal there instead. I mean, I don't know. We might have to do something, but I don't think I can put any metal in there like I want to do, but it's all right. She's super strong now. Sweet. We'll be back. We'll be doing some body work and some other shit tomorrow, and I'll probably be doing that because I know he's not going to want to do it.
The next day.
All right, baby, we're back. We looked it up. There can be a little grill there in some Civic models, but I don't like it. Also, I hate that the bumper's kind of wonky. Got a little whoopity-whoop. So even if I made a grill myself, we're going to have to cut that bumper up to make it kind of fit better. So screw that. We're going to make this out of metal and then fiberglass it to the bumper. The only reason I'm not making it out of straight fiberglass, I still might make it out of straight fiberglass. I don't know. I just don't know how I'm going to make like a perfect edge without it being out of metal. Dad doesn't want to do any priming until I get that done. So that's for the goal right now. No clue how I'm going to do this just yet. Let's figure it out together. I'm going to make some marks. Basically, well, I got a body line. It just needs to go up there and meet that. Kind of, right? Maybe we take a piece of sheet metal and just put a bend in it, like a 90, and then that'll kind of be our guide, and then we'll do the fiberglass on top. Boom, just solved it as I'm speaking out loud. Probably not gonna work. Let's find out together. Check it out. Got this baby fitting pretty good. I'm gonna use 3M panel bond to really get it in there, and then we'll fiberglass the living hell out of it. But the panel bond will hold the piece exactly where I want it, whereas I'm worried if I threw a fiberglass sheet over this, something might wiggle. And since it's just sheet metal and there's nothing holding it up, it can kind of go wherever it wants, and I don't want that because I have a really good gap right there. I actually just moved it as I was talking shit. So, yeah, 3M panel bond first, then we'll fiberglass it. I think the 3M panel bond takes a whole damn day to dry, which is a bitch, but I think it'll be the best way. So, let's caulk some shit. Hey, yo. All right. Now, if you've never used 3M panel bond before, that's probably $75 worth right there. They are extremely proud of it, but very, very happy. Got a good gap. Might have shifted a little bit. I might need a razor right there before that shit dries. Super happy. That's going to be perfect for our fiberglass. I also glued it on the backside. And I made my lip touch the brace on the inside. So you can push it in and the metal lip hits another metal core support, if that makes any sense. So there's something there other than just a piece of fiberglass sitting up, if that makes any sense. So if for some reason we're driving and, you know, you hit a rock trip, it's not just going to crack the whole freaking thing. So, sweet. No clue how long that's going to take to dry, but it's going to be a while. So I'm going to play with the cutlass now, and I'll pick back up here whenever that situation is dry. Sweet. Okay. I got this all sanded down. You want the fiberglass to grip to something, so I hit it with like Hunter Grit. I also got the 3M body panel adhesive. I was going to call it two-part epoxy. It's essentially the same thing. I got that ground out to where my fiberglass... I want the fiberglass to be the bulk of what I'm painting over, if that makes any sense. This stuff can be painted, but I don't think it loves paint, so I don't want any of that bleeding through whenever we go to prime it and stuff. We're covering this whole thing with fiberglass. I might even cover this, to be honest with you, because I think we're doing something with a different hood hinge. I don't know. Let's get sticky, baby! Woo! Fiberglass, I hate it so much. I got it looking really good, but it's still runny, and I feel like it should be dry by now. I added enough hardener. Did I add too much hardener? That's a good question that you just asked. I might need to turn the heat on. It's getting, well, it's kind of getting tacky, but it's perfect right now, but I'm worried it's just going to run off the freaking bumper. I'm going to kick the heat on, I think. I'm going to kick the heat on and play with the cutlass for a little bit, maybe. Yeah, I feel like it really should be getting a little firmer by now. So that's a little worrisome. I freaking hate fiberglass, but that looks amazing so far. Okay, we'll turn the heat on and come back, see what happens. Great news, the heat worked. She is dry. Now, I could technically sand it right now and start doing Duraglass on top, you know, like kitty hair. That's annoying as hell. But I'm going to let it sit a little bit more just in case. Everything is perfect. Hood fits great. I do not want to get too cute with it. So I'm going to let it sit overnight, and then we'll come in, sand this down, and then we can start building it up. This here is super thick. This is 4 pieces of fiberglass thick, and then my corners, it's probably 2 inches. I mean, I just shoved the shit down in there so I can grind that down and make sure my headlight fits. But I'm not done yet. Oh, God. The old man. Let me sit you right there so you're not sitting on my fiberglass. The old man started doing body work, or he wants to start doing body work on the hood. And whenever I welded the living hell out of this, we cracked some Bondo along the edge. And he came in here and he was trying to sand it down like a cute little body man with, you know, 120. And that's, no, we got to hog this shit out and start from scratch. So I said, don't worry. I'll get the face mask on, get the grinder, and just dig this fiberglass and shit out of there. I think I fiberglassed on top of the metal, so it's not going to be fun. But yeah, let's grind the living shit out of that and make a mess for him to fix. Yay! All right, baby, now she's ground out. I made some horrible issues that he needs to fix, but that's what you're supposed to do to your dad, I think. Ha! We'll be back tomorrow.
The next day.
Check it out. Next day. Dry. This really came out good. Got a couple drips, nothing too bad. That's why you got to shape it a couple different times. Luckily, I think this was 4 sheets thick, which is plenty, especially considering it's metal. See how strong that is now? Ooh, it makes me so happy. And it's welded to the core support, so it's not going anywhere. I put a bunch down in there, so we should have plenty of room to shave this down to match our headlights. I'm going to build it up a little bit more in the edges. I'm glad I just noticed that because I didn't realize that. But what I want to do is get this shaved down a little bit, and then I'll start doing my Duraglass layer, which is essentially kitty litter, Duraglass, short strand fiberglass in a Bondo type mixture. And you just spread it on like you would Bondo. You can do that, and it can kind of fill in any little imperfections without having to add a whole other layer of, you know, like resin fiberglass. If that makes any sense to anybody. But I got to get this shit sanded down, and we can start finalizing our shape. But overall, I could not be happier with how this came out. Sweet! All right, let's get to work. Got good news, got bad news. Good news, this looks perfect. As far as, like, if it has any wave in it, if it's wonky, everything is great. Headlights fit perfect. Had to shave this down a little bit. The bad news is this corner, because of the way the hood is, see how it has a kick in it? I couldn't make that out of metal over here because I didn't know exactly where that was going to land, and I didn't want to have like a metal hang over here. To make that gap right, my fiberglass needs to be out to about here. Not necessarily, I just realized you probably don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, but it doesn't necessarily need to go this way as much as it needs to go this way and back. So I said all that to say I need a good inch of fiberglass there. I would never do Duraglass that thick because it's not as strong. Real fiberglass is, and I'm going to wad it up in a ball and just stick it right there. Whenever it dries, we'll shape it. I thought I was done with the fiberglass and the resin, but I'm not, because fiberglass is never done. It's like plumbing. You ever done any plumbing in your house? You go to the store, hardware store, get 30 different fittings, you get back home, sure enough, you needed a different fitting. You do that 4 or 5 times. That's fiberglass. All right, let's mix some shit and get itchy. This ended up being more of a pain in the ass than making the piece from scratch. I hate fiberglass! I got tired of trying to do it with a paintbrush and a paint stick. So I said, screw it, I'm using my fingers and it's getting hot! Ooh, that's perfect. This is gonna run all over the place. Okay, sweet. Now the only problem is, I thought I was going to start doing Duraglass pretty quick. This is full fiberglass, and that shit takes a while to dry. Ooh, got it on my fingers. Okay, let's turn the camera off. All right, got the new fiberglass built up. Looks good. Was planning on letting this sit the whole night. Come back tomorrow and start kind of shaping it. And then I spent 8+ hours stripping the cutlass. The old man wants to paint, we're going to paint it, obviously. It wasn't supposed to be the biggest paint job in the world. And then sure enough, you get him involved. And he's like, oh, you got to strip it all down to bare metal, start from scratch. I'm like, okay, sure. So that took forever. But once I got done with that, I was like, well, we might as well get started. As you can see, still loving our gaps, loving our shape. This flows down perfectly. This doesn't have a big edge on it. Still need to do my Duraglass and my Bondo. You can see these are almost perfect now. I got to build that one up just a little bit more. This side I got to shave down a little bit more, but I have plenty of fiberglass in there. Super, super strong. This one's actually probably okay by the time I start shaving it. But I just wanted to get it kind of roughed in. I still need to put the headlights back in to, double check all this. Obviously, this needs to go up a little bit, and then this needs shaved down. Doesn't follow that line at all. This one's pretty damn close, though. The rest of this will be able to be done with short strand fiberglass body filler. We do not have to do a bunch of mixing and get the stupid cloth involved, and I hate fiberglass. I've probably said that 20 times in this video. I'm really, really happy to not only have the hood looking 10 times better, but I didn't know what the hell to do with this stupid gap for a year now. Basically, wasn't quite sure what the plan was. The bumper also kind of had a weird wave in it that I hated, and all that is gone now. Now we got a perfect fit. That is the best fit you will ever see on a Honda CRX. The best in the world. You're probably saying, what the hell are you talking about? That's not true. It is true, because there's supposed to be a gap there so you can take the damn hood, you can clip the hood latch. It's late. I'm having a hard time talking. I realized that halfway through this. That's probably not going to work anymore, so we're going to figure something out anyway. I didn't know if we were going to even use the stock hood latch. It's still there. But yeah, might have to get creative with that. What you could do is run a cable down here, pull it down here. I've done some hot rod shit like that. That would make it a little bit cleaner, but I don't know. That is a problem for a future Casey and not a present Casey. I'm going to bed. The freaking sun's coming up and I'm rambling even more than I normally ramble. I just want to get this roughed in. I don't want this perfect. Same thing with like the cracks that I gouged out of the hood. I'm going to get those close and then he's finishing it. I'm not going to be block sanding any of this. I just want it close enough, basically with a DA, where he can come in and kind of fine tune everything like he's done everything else. But if I have to make him do all this, it'll take another month. But if I can get it to just where he needs to start block sanding it and making it perfect, saves a ton of time. All right, I'm going to bed. Holy shit, I'm tired.
The next day.
I learned this trick from the old man a long time ago. If you're doing fiberglass or Duraglass, you don't want to do this trick with Bondo because it might be too thick. But fiberglass doesn't matter. If you have a funky angle, take a spreader and cut it to the exact shape you want and then use that as your spreader. You cake it on there too thick and then get your little piece there and drag her right across. And now, you know it matches. I should have put more up there, and it's already drying because I used a little too much hardener. I tend to do that. Ooh, that worked perfect right there. Ooh, that's not bad. Ooh, that's perfect. I gotta smooth it out a little bit with my other spreader. Got a low spot right there. And it's starting to dry. So we're gonna go fast. Shit. The old man called me to come over, and I guarantee he is working on the Cutlass and not the Honda like I asked him to. Let's find out together. Let's find out together. Oh my God, you're actually on the Honda. I assume you had a question about the Cutlass.
No.
Look at him go. What did you have a problem with on this damn thing? Oh, probably the hood and the bumper situation that I grinded.
Here.
Well, I got a little, you kind of gotta.
You leave a gap there so the hood doesn't land on it.
Well, I got to do a little more sanding, but yeah, it was there. I also got to put the damn headlights back in.
You gotta get those bumpers.
Yep, yeah, I got some coming.
That'll kind of hold that hood up, and then you can figure out your gap.
Yep. Also, I said in the video the other day, those usually have a little bit of a gap in them for the hood latch. Mm-hmm. I don't know what we're gonna do with that. I think I could
do with a hood.
Maybe run a cable down below. I was thinking you could do it that way because it'll pop up on the spring a little bit, but there's no pop. Yeah, I don't know. I'd figure that out.
Hood pins?
I don't want to do. I could. I don't want to do hood pins, but I might have to. But I do have the latch. I have the stock latch mechanism somewhere, or whatever. Look at you go! All right, let's prime it. You're almost ready.
Getting close.
You keep blocks in. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna go relax a little bit. So the old man worked a couple hours. He basically got the rest of the car ready for primer. Final primer. Little pinholes here or there, but pretty damn close to paint. Minus the hood and the bumper. He looked at the bumper and he said, "That's on you, kid. I don't want to deal with that." I said, "Okay, I understand." He got the hood really good, really close. Kind of redoing a little bit of fiberglass on the edges. And he brought up a really good question. He said, "Are you running windshield wipers? You never usually do in hot rods." I said, "No. Why are you asking?" He goes, "Because there's two giant windshield wiper holes, the little nozzles. If I do end up doing windshield wipers, I wouldn't use nozzles. I'd do one of those little universal guys. But I probably won't because you don't need to in Missouri. We have to weld shit on this hood." So he said, "I'm not block sanding shit until you get that welded." And while I was at it, I was like, I don't know that I'm going to put a Honda emblem up here. I don't hate these ones, but I do like the newer style that's bigger, and they're stick-on. So either way, if I wanted to run the bigger one, I wouldn't need those holes. I wasn't planning on welding some shit, but you got to do what you got to do. And then, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more sanding. Let him do some sanding, but it sounds like the bumper's up to me. He said, "Get it as close as you can. It won't be perfect because you're doing it." I took a little bit of offense to that, but he's not wrong. So, yeah, let's weld some shit and sand some shit. Do fiberglass work over the new stuff we're welding. Yay! All right, got the hood welded, and let me tell you, I took my time on that. Welding hoods, it's easy to warp because they are just big and flat. 2, it's a Honda, so the hood is about as thick as my Diet Coke can over there. And 3, bodywork's damn near done. So really took it easy with the welding. Got them cleaned up pretty good. Had to do a little hammer and dolly work. Not too bad. The hood's very, very close. Bumper is not as close as I want it to be, but better than it was. I had to build up a little bit more on my edges before I put my headlights back in and get it finalized. Here's the problem. It's cold in here, and fiberglass doesn't dry very quick anyway. Bondo is faster, but it's still kind of slow. So while that's drying, I'm going to probably start getting it taped off, ready for primer. I need to roll those windows up because that'll make life a lot easier, and I want to try and tape off the interior if I can. It's kind of a pain in the ass. It's really what you would do for a full paint job, and it's just primer, but it got everywhere last time. So while that's drying, let's tape some shit off. Let's go. Getting the headlights to fit was way trickier than I thought it was going to be. I actually had them perfect, and I love them. but there was too much fiberglass on the inside, so you couldn't get them installed. I still have to round that out a little bit, but I have a perfect gap now with the bumper. I would love to tell you this took a little bit, but this was like 4 hours. Headlights have been in and out 15 times at this point. They're coming out for good now because I already know what I got to do. I just has to basically round that off, and then this will be a little more squared to the hood, but I can fit it. Now that I know they're in, I don't have to keep taking them in and out. But I had fiberglass 2 inches thick back here because I wanted it built up so I could get the right shape, and it just, oh, it sucked. All that is from those 2 corners. Oh, boy, I don't know if I'm going to get this done in time. We're going to keep trying. Let's go. All right. It's really close. I put some body filler on it. This body filler, what's the brand? Something Ultra. Evercoat Ultra. That stuff is like water. It looks crazy right there. It's like an 1/8 inch thick. It just lays out so smooth. I love it. Went a little crazy. Didn't need to add as much as I did, but hey, it is what it is. It's the middle of the night. It's 4 in the morning, actually. Day of upload, of course. I'm tired. So I'm going to come in tomorrow, try and sand this bitch, prime it. Hopefully it dries quickly, put wheels on it, get it outside. I haven't seen it outside forever. That's my only goal. That's a lot to do for day of upload, but I don't like missing uploads, so we're going to probably make it happen. Hopefully, this isn't going up at 9 p.m., but we'll see together. We'll be back, baby.
The next day.
So, time-lapse has been running for 4 or 5 hours at this point. It was really close to primer. Could have got away with it. Had a couple little spots, nothing crazy. Could have primed it. The old man comes in, he goes crazy. He's been block sanding it for the last 2 or 3 hours. I've been like running around taping shit off, trying to get it ready for prime. He started adding more Bondo, more fiberglass. He's refitting gaps and shit. There's no way this video is getting done today. Let me show you. How's it looking? Ready for primer?
Oh, it's getting there.
It's getting there. It's been like half a day.
Uh-huh.
I think you're doing the body man thing where you're fixing little bullshit.
Okay.
That did sound kind of stupid when I said it out loud. This guy's a freaking perfectionist over here.
You want a wavy car?
I don't want a wavy car, but
I think you want a wavy car.
At this point, I want the son of a bitch red. All right, well, okay, well. 25 minutes, we ready to prime it? Ready to go for Tuesday's video? Very excited.
We'll get it primed Tuesday. I just don't know which one.
Might be a Tuesday in January, but it'll be primed. I don't like missing uploads, but I'm also not gonna make a priming video 3 hours long. So we're gonna end right here. Stay tuned for Friday's video. The old girl's gonna be primed, wheels on, and outside. Like I said I wanted to do 2 weeks ago when I started this footage. Done a lot of stuff to the Cutlass in between the beginning of my footage and now also working on the Porsche. So shit happens. I'm not happy about it, but this video is already going up late. So let's button the bitch up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Caseyscustoms.com for the coolest merchandise on the planet. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good shit they tell you to do at the end of videos. Check out some more of my other videos. Peace, I love ya, and I'm going back to work. Bye-bye.